Today on Superlift's Off-Road Adventures, we're rock racing down south at the Grey Rock ORV Park in Mount Olive, Alabama. We're also featuring a rig that's pushing the limits of rock crawling in Oklahoma. So stick around because it's all coming up next.
It's been a while since we brought you any rock racing action, but today we've got coverage from the first XRA East Coast event straight out of the heart of Dixie. We traveled to the Grey Rock ORV Park in Mount Olive, Alabama to capture some extreme rock racing that's as sweet as the tea down south. And later, we've got a featured rig that's taking rock crawling in Disney to a whole new level. So hold on tight because we're about to unleash a horsepower-packed episode with a spice of Southern hospitality.
It's rock racing time once again, and today we're at the Grey Rock ORV Park in Mount Olive, Alabama for a look at the XRA's Eastern Division bracket. Let's get over to the driver's meet where Mike and his posse are rounding up the racers for a quick overview of the rules.
Everybody here? Well, good morning, racers. I want to welcome you all to the second event of the Eastern Division Extreme Rock Racing. This is going to be an absolute blast out here today. We've got some fast courses for you. I'd like to thank the local folks here. They have been an immense help here in getting this all set up. From the property owner, Tony Cousins, to the local crew, everybody has been helping out. We just want to say thank you very much. The banners, if you physically break one of those banners, you will be DQ'd for that run. Is there any questions on the banner? Is that clear? You will have one lap going each direction and you'll have 7 minutes. 7 minutes will be the time for each of your laps. When it is your turn, be ready to go. You will have a 60-second call. If you are not at that spot and ready to race, you will lose your position and the next rig will fall in line and be racing.
We know you all know how to put your harnesses on. This is a brutal sport. It's going to shake you around and slam you around like you've not done before. We want to make sure that you're tight and you're safe in there. We don't want to see anyone get hurt. We want to make sure everyone's safe, okay? We've got a new tool that we're going to use. We've got a Christmas tree, a start tree, supplied by Ally Wheels. So think about those guys, thank them. It's going to be a great addition to our courses. If you guys want to walk down and take a look, we'll run the thing so you can see.
Each driver and spotter was allowed to walk the course ahead of time in order to come up with a strategy for conquering these very challenging obstacles. However, when it comes to rock racing, anything goes, and these racers must be prepared for whatever stands in the way of the finish line.
This is a second event of the Eastern Division of Extreme Rock Racing, and we're here at Grey Rocks, Alabama. The terrain here is a mix of everything you could imagine. We've got rock, we've got high speed, we've got jumps. This day is going to be action-packed. They've got it all.
My name's Nick Anderson from Morris, Alabama, and this is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
A lot more fun than crawling. A little more throttle action.
Now we're mud bogging rock racing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Different venue, huh?
Different venue.
As far as a West Coast venue, it's probably closest to our Colorado Springs that's got the high speed and it's got the full mix of terrain. It's going to give the guys some room to roam. Each individual out here is going to put on a show. They're all racers. That's in their head. In the hand!
We went reverse, we got sideways, and we were done.
And the fuel is also leaking. Yep, there's the shutoff. We got water and fuel. What a ride!
Phil Hughes, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Just a tube chassis, little LT1 duct motor, and just here to play and have fun. Well, I like the course. This is my first race, first time in the XRRA, and I'm really enjoying it, having fun. Nothing damaged, we're good to go. It's all over but the crying. Broke the yoke off the transfer case. We're done for the day.
Oh man, I guess I took a turn too fast. A turn for the worse. We were doing good. We were in the hunt till that last one, and I don't know, it was just running too good. I couldn't let up. The course is great. It's really unique just because we can get a lot of speed on some of the turns and stuff, and you got to be careful because if you go too fast, you hit a tree, and as we can see today, there's been a couple guys that just drove right up the trees and put it on its side.
Easy, on the brakes. Everybody's good at the rollover rig.
It's a balancing act to go fast and, you know, try to keep within the boundaries, but it's a blast. I have a good time with it. The mud hole was pretty tricky on me. I was a little bit rusty going through that. I tried it a couple times in third gear to try to go up it, and I'm going, man, what's wrong with this thing? And I go, oh, I'll put it in first gear, and then it went right up. So anyway, I kind of got the bugs out of me. I was a little bit nervous, so hopefully the next 3 courses I'll do better.
Course is laid out real nice. It's good and tight. Lots of good hills. A little more mud than we would like to have in that one little pit, but it's a great course. Some good runs. A couple guys flipping over. Lots of little fast little spurts and stuff. Good day.
Good job, good job. Now finish.
Don't go anywhere. We've still got loads more action from the XRRA East Coast Division when we return. Welcome back. Let's get back down to Mount Olive, Alabama, where the XRRA action is kicking into high gear.
Oh, fire, fire, fire!
Some of the folks are a little tentative initially, just trying to see what it's all about and make sure their rigs are set up properly. It takes a little bit higher gear because you're going to carry some more speed, so I think they're just getting dialed in, and there's a lot of folks that are going to be champions next year. It's going to be unreal.
Let's get over to the starting line, where Cotton Rod and Brian Shirley are lined up and ready to rock.
Are you ready to get this thing started? I can hear you. Ready to get this thing started? All right. As soon as we get going, it's all over.
Hey, I'm Cotton Rod. We're from Cortez, Colorado. We drive the number 7 car. We have 40-inch Maxxis creepy crawlers. We run an LS1, Radflow shocks, PSC steering. We got an Art Car shifter, a Turbo 350 transmission. We run an Atlas. What else? What else you need to know? What else? What else? And my spotter is Randy Rod, my husband. He's hot. And that's it. We're gonna start and we're gonna finish. We're gonna haul ass.
Brian Shirley from Dodge City, Kansas. First year in the XRRA. I'm running both east and west. It's a brand new rig. It's Dana 60s front and rear. I've got a Cadillac Northstar motor in it. Chrysler transmission, Atlas transfer case, BFG tires, ARBs front and rear, turning brakes all the way around. First run I got to going too fast. I was making good time, I thought. I got through a couple obstacles. The big mud hole down there, I did it easy, no problem. Came around here at the end, all I liked was finishing, and I got into a tree by about that much, and it just walked the front end up and dumped me over on my side. There was no getting it over. We broke a lot of stuff on the front end, but we fixed all of it. Everything's fine now. We're doing good. We just got to hang in there. Like the hills, like the trees, like the terrain. Grey Rock this weekend. 2 weeks we're going to be back in Colorado Springs.
XRRA is really extreme. It's really cool, and Grey Rock's out here. It's really hot and sweaty, but we're all having fun.
Adam Carter. I'm from Springville, Alabama. This is a custom-built rig by myself. That's all I can say about it, I guess.
All the wheelers on the East Coast have been begging for it, and now the XRRA has come to their home turf. What differences can we expect to find between East and West Coast XRRA circuits?
A lot of the East Coast drivers, I think they're real excited about Extreme Rock Racing coming this direction and having a venue for them to be part of.
East Coast is new for all of us, even just to be able to see the East Coast. So the terrains are all a lot different. The buggies are all built a little differently. It's neat to see them all working because it's all very different for us.
We go east, we have trees. We go west, we don't have any shade at all.
The terrain here is proving to be quite a challenge for many of these drivers. We've got the conclusion to the XRRA Grey Rock a little later on. But first, let's get over to Disney, Oklahoma for a look at a rig that's punishing the brutal limestone rock. Feast your eyes on this incredible rock crawling rig. What began as a regular 1975 CJ5 has morphed into a rock-punishing monster, powered by a 502 cubic inch block mated to a turbo 400 tranny. From there, power is fed to a 203 transfer case with a Wagner machine shop 3-to-1 reduction, then into a 205 transfer case behind that. A stretched 136-inch frame sits atop a set of narrow rock wells running on 49-inch IROCs. In back is Overson's 2-inch axle shafts and an Overson mini spool. In front, you'll find none other than a Detroit locker. This rig was assembled by Phil Beecham at Custom Off-Road Equipment in Oklahoma City. Phil, how does this rig handle some of the harsh wheeling terrain in Oklahoma?
It lets us get all around Oklahoma, southeast Oklahoma, and of course up here a little bit too. So we're fortunate to have the wheeling that we do. Traction's amazing. It's tough on tires. The more you crawl, the faster it wears away. But it's a fun playground. Between Hogan's Off-Road Camp and the city of Disney, they're real supportive of what we do here. We come a couple times a year. It's nice to be able to feel a bit welcome when we come here, and they look forward to having us. So all in all, it's an excellent place to do what we like doing.
From Clayton to Poto and on up to Disney, this rig is more than ready to give the wheeling in Oklahoma a run for its money. Thanks, Phil. We appreciate you letting us sneak a peek at your rock-crawling beauty. We'll be back with the conclusion of XRRA Grey Rock right after this. Welcome back. It's time to conclude our coverage from the East Coast XRRA bracket from the Grey Rock ORV Park in Mount Olive, Alabama.
My name is Brady Gordon from Birmingham, Alabama. I think it's pretty cool that rock racing came to Grey Rock. It's really hot out here, but I think everybody is enjoying it. I think it's pretty great.
My name's Ken Mercer, Mercer Motorsports. We're out of Suwanee, Georgia. This is my moon buggy built by Rob, 10 Bender Park, and this thing's a lot of fun to drive. It's got a LS2 stroke, 6.2 liter, 500 plus horsepower.
It's a blast. It's really exciting. Love the jumps. Love the high speed of it. You know, throwing rooster tails and getting on the gas.
It's an absolute blast, especially here with the way the course is set up today. Really enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. Great place to ride.
There's a whole lot of mud down there.
Well, I think we stripped the ring gear. That's a fun course. That mud hole was pretty tough coming out. We almost got it, but we may be done for the day. We'll go back and see if we can fix it, see if we can get through it. It's a lot of fun. The crowd's great. Appreciate everybody coming out. Thanks a bunch.
Gave it our best. Dug there for a while. Had some problems with the winch, trying to winch out. But you know what? We're having fun out here.
My name's Chris May. I'm 24. We're from Anderson, South Carolina. Got a 2005 Tommy Glenn chassis here, running all Toyota running gear, except for the front axle. Got a good Dana 60 in it, some Chrome Moly Yukon chassis. And seems to be doing pretty good today.
Well, I think the courses are awesome. Just having a good time. I finished my 2, so I'm doing pretty good, I think.
We have a lot of speed, so I think it's going to be a lot of fun action. There are a couple of spots where people are, I think, not thinking they're going to give them as much trouble as they are, so I think it's going to get really interesting.
Kim Sears from Knoxville, Tennessee. And this is Rockout Racing Buggy number 673.
87 YJ, it's got a 350 in it, 60s front and rear. Got welded front and rear ends in it, pullovers, 4 lengths. Just out here to have a good time.
My name's Dave Smith. This is my co-driver, my wife Kimberly Smith. We're from Garden City, Kansas. We're the 5.0 rig. It's a Psycho Fabrication chassis running a 302 punch 30 over, 351 Cleveland heads, running about anywhere between 400 and 450 horsepower. As usual, the Weavers did a fantastic job. Excellent course, real fast. A lot of people are saying that it's not so technical, but it's more position on the racetrack than anything. A lot of guys are getting out of position because they think it's so fast. Smooth and smooth as fast in this course today. It's a good course.
My rig is just custom built. I built it in the garage myself, and it's got a short star motor in it, GM. Got rock crushers, Maxxis tar, and that's about it other than trying to keep it together. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fast. I think it'll be a real nice thing to have here every year to get it started.
I'm driver Rusty Bray. I'm from Lexington, Kentucky.
I'm Josh Wilson from Lexington, Kentucky.
And the rig we have here is similar to a Grand Cherokee, sponsored by Badlands Off-Road and Machine Shop, Maxxis tire, PSC.
We're going to drop in it and give it one shot and see what happens, and if it climbs it, it climbs it. If it doesn't, we're going to just immediately winch and try to save as much time as possible, so hopefully it works for us.
Normally we run a pro modified rig with 37-inch tires, and today we're out here competing with some 40-inch tires and 42-inch tires, trying to hold their own. What a great facility. Ergonomically, it's set up perfect. The parking's great. Maxxis is here sponsoring the event. Looks like great courses. Courses are fast, got some difficulty to them, but a lot of fun.
Good job. XRA, best fun you can have.
All day of wheeling, 9 minutes, 58 seconds. Rusty Bray. And it's not bad.
Well, it looks like rock racing has found itself a home down south. Stay put, because Trent's got your tip of the week when we return.
Every shade tree mechanic should know how to adjust the valves on their engine, whether it's part of a cam swap or just routine maintenance. Now, the exact procedure does vary from engine to engine, but on a small block Chevy, the rule is intake opening, exhaust closing. In other words, you want to adjust the intake valve just as the exhaust valve is opening, and the exhaust valve just as the intake is closing. I know that is kind of confusing, but just try and remember, intake open, exhaust close. Now, this is just a core engine, but it'll still serve as a good example. As for the procedure, you can do it with the intake manifold on the engine, but it does help to be able to look at the lifters. Now, the first thing you want to do is spin the engine over while looking at the lifters on one cylinder. Now, as you can see here, this exhaust valve lifter is just starting to go up, and the intake push rod is loose. Now, what you want to do is tighten up on the rocker arm while you spin the push rod with your fingers. You want to keep doing that until you just feel a little bit of tension. Now, that's called zero lash. Next, you want to go another half turn. Now, spin the engine until it's in the right position to adjust the exhaust valve. Do it, and then repeat the procedure for all 16 valves. Now, this is a little easy to mess up, so it's a good idea to have somebody with you that knows what you're doing the first time. But after that, you should be able to adjust valves just like a pro.
So hold on tight, because this adrenaline-packed up, horsepower-filled episode with the Spice of Southern Hospitality.
Could have a few more rocks, but that'll come. But you can move rocks around, put them where you want them for that.
Good, clean fun for the kids and family. Everyone needs to come out and try it next year. We've had a real good time.